out there. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
W5OG, K1BOB.
Hi, good morning, Bob. Big signal, K1BOB, and I guess you're going to bring Don in there, is that right?
Roger on the signal, Roger on Don.
Okay, mighty fine. Appreciate that, thank you. W5OG will be starting in that here in about, 11 minutes. Yep, on top of the hour.
Whiskey 9 X-ray Tango Zulu. Alpha India 6 Japan, likewise, overheard your conversation there with Mike, same high school, that's cool, or same area, and very good, good here. Hope you join us this morning. K1BOB. Whiskey 9 X-ray Tango Zulu. There was a call sign ending in 0, could you come back again? Whiskey 9er X-ray Tango Zulu, Dave in Indiana, over. I got a Whiskey 9er, I didn't get the rest. Would you like to join us on the Air Force Flyers Club Net this morning, sir? Certainly. Whiskey 9er X-ray Tango Zulu, Dave in Indiana, over. Okay, I think I copied Dave in Louisiana. Does anybody else have that station better than me?
Yeah, I've got him, Bob. W9WLD. Good morning, Dave. How you copy?
Copying quite well. Copying quite well. It's Dave and
Well, welcome aboard, and I understand you are going to stick around for the net at least a little bit, right?
X-ray Tango Zulu. Former Air Force and former Navy Monitor.
Former Air Force and former Navy Monitor. Well, thank you for your service. And we have you on the list for the Air Force's Flyers Club Net. It's Dave, Whiskey 9er X-ray Tango Zulu, W2WLD.
Good signal, Bill. W2WLD, W5ABI.
Yeah, same here, Joe. You're about an S7.5, almost S8, over.
Roger, you're about the same, Bill. W2WLD, W5ABI, standing by for now. K1BOB, W5ABI, did you get that info on the W9, Bob?
Yeah, I copied him when Bill talked to him. Got all that. He's on the list. Very good. Welcome there, Dave, in Louisiana. K1BOB. Thanks, Joe.
Welcome. Leave X-ray Tango Zulu. X-ray Tango Zulu. Dave, over.
Yes, this is Whiskey 9er X-ray Tango Zulu. Over.
I'm just trying to get to our net logger that is X-ray. He's got you down as Echo. Lee, you copy? Well, I don't know why Lee isn't copying me. Mike, W5ENT, that last check-in was Dave, and it's Whiskey 9er X-ray Tango Zulu, over.
Whiskey 9er X-ray Tango Zulu, copy.
K6 station, K1BOB here. Was that Steve? Yeah, Steve, nice here. S8 there. So I'm glad you're going to be on transfer today. Thanks for the question yesterday. We had fun with it.
Yeah, I'm hearing you here also, Steve, W5OG. Good morning.
K4YDB standing by for Air Force flyers in 7 minutes.
This is Whiskey 5 Oscar Golf, be net control for the Air Force's Flyers Club net, which will commence in 5 minutes. K4YDB and W5OG. Did you get the question up okay this morning, Charlie? Okay. Well, I won't bother to bring it up then if you're going to put it up there, and I'll assume it's done and stay on the net logger that way. W5OG be starting up the net here in a couple, 3 minutes. This is Whiskey 5 Oscar Golf. It's now 10 a.m. in the central part of the country, and that, of course, means it's time to start the Air Force's Flyers Club net. This net meets on this frequency at this time every day of the year. Members of our group are active duty, retired, and veterans of the military, air forces from all branches. We include air crew, ground crew, air traffic controllers, and support personnel, pretty much anyone involved with the supporting the aviation mission from all of our armed forces. And there goes the first phone call. Stand by. Well, I'll ignore that and let it answering machine get it. And we also like to welcome visitors to join us on the net. The purpose of our group is to promote fellowship between those of us radio amateurs who spend a portion of our lives supporting the missions of our armed forces. Contact net control, please use the words contact, relay, info, or check-in. I invite you to check out our website, airforcesflyersclub.org. I'll say that again, airforcesflyersclub.org. You can find out all about the group there, and there is an online application if you feel like you're qualified and would like to become a member. Again, my call is Whiskey 5 Oscar Golf. My name is Dale, Delta Alpha Lima Echo. I'm located in the small town of Mineola, Texas, about 100 miles east of Dallas, out in the pretty part of Texas. And we have a list on NetLogger, which I'll be using this morning. And we'll go down through that list in initial time for comments. And we will have a question of the day, so you can comment on that if you like, and perhaps propose an answer. And then we'll go back around for our 73 round if time permits for that. We do have another net that starts a couple of kilohertz up at half past the next hour. So far in the list this morning, I have the following stations. I have Don, K0ZNC, who will be brought in off of Echolink by K1BOB. Thank you, Bob, for that, and good morning to you, Don. Yeah, speaking of Echolink, we do have an Echolink node, AFFC, under the conference tab of Echolink, and we will meet on Echolink after this net. Just for a few last-minute comments. Also this morning we have Mike, KF0OPE, and Uncle Cliff, W5PIX in the Mobile. We have W9 X-Ray Tango Zulu, a visitor, and Chief Mike, WW5ENZ, that started NetLogger. I think he and Lee are doing NetLogging, so thanks to both of you. Let's see, we also have Russ, Kilo 8 Alpha Fox, up in Washington. Good morning, Russ. And I've got John, WA6LJS, and Lee, N5BE, and my neighbor just to the west in Arlington, Texas. And Tommy, K4YDB, in southeast Alabama there, out in a park someplace. We got Bill, W2WLD, and Bob, K1BOB, that I mentioned. He's our commander. Good morning again to you, Bob. Got W5ABI, Joe, with a big signal from Las Cruces, New Mexico. We have another visitor, Alpha India 6 Juliet. That's Howard. We got Ray, WB2JJO, and Charlie, K4YDB, who is running live stream of the net on YouTube. Those of you that would like to see the net in progress from Charlie's perspective, you can open up YouTube and select K4YDB, search for that, and then select live, and you'll be able to watch the net in progress from his fine station. And also you'll be able to see the question of the day written for you, so you don't have to write it all down. That's a big advantage. That is a Kilo 4 Yankee Delta Bravo. And also we got Steve, K6 Papa X-Ray, our Tailhook Navy representative. And I've got Professor Bob in X6RG from out on the West Coast also. And I've got Mike, KQ6E, and James has joined us, KG5 Papa Tango Echo. And it looks like another visitor, Whiskey 5 Oscar Tango. Well, that's interesting. This might call it Whiskey 5 Oscar Golf. Anyway, John, if you're there, welcome to you. We'll get to you here shortly. I'll try and get the visitors early in the net. Got Norm. Let's see. I think, did I mention him already? No, November 9, Kilo Juliet, November. I don't think we've acknowledged you yet. That is the list as we have it so far. Let me see if there are any other additional check-ins. Check-ins for the Airports and Flyers Club net, members or visitors. This is W5OG. Call now. Well, I'm not hearing anyone. Let's try John, WA6LJS. See if you can get somebody from the West Coast there, John. W5OG.
Wilco, this is WA6LJS relaying for net control for the Thursday morning Air Force Flyers net. We're looking for check-ins, either members or visitors. Call now. Now, let's play it out west. Back to you, Dale.
Alrighty, how about Wild Bill, W2WLD? Put a call out from Scotia there if you would, Bill, W5OG.
Okay, this is W2WLD, upstate New York. Relaying for net control for the Airports and Flyers Club. We're looking for check-ins. Members or guests, please call now. I hear nothing, Dale.
All right, Bill, thank you. Of that list, are there any that would like to be a short timer? I've got Don, K0ZNC as a short timer. And usually we get the Mobile early, W5PIX, so we'll got him up there. Any others that need to be a short timer, call now, W5OG.
Contact.
Any relays? Was there a station there that need to be a short timer over?
There was a contact, Dale.
I didn't hear anything. Who's the contact?
W4PUO, barely hearing you, Dale, this morning. I'll be a short timer, and thanks for checking me in. W4PUO.
Oh, okay. Lee, mighty fine. I had to turn up the volume there to hear you, but I heard you even locally. W4PUO, mighty fine, Lee. And, yeah, we'll put you up to the top there as a short timer also. And I see that the W5... No, yeah, John says he needs to be a short timer, W5OT. So put him up there with the short timers, and I'll try to get the visitors quickly anyway. All right, let me get to the question of the day. And the question is something that I ran into yesterday. It should be a pretty simple question. Those of you that know it will know it, and those of you that don't can look it up or whatever, but I thought it was interesting. I did not know about this incident before, but I do now. And you will after a few minutes from now. All right, the question of the day. Maxim Kuzmanov, a Russian helicopter pilot. He had defected to Ukraine back in August of 2023. Kuzmanov flew his Mi-8 Hind helicopter into Ukraine from the front lines and surrendered to authorities. He was reportedly offered a $500,000 reward and new documents in exchange for defecting. Simple question for the day. Whatever became of Kuzmanov? And I've got 4 possible answers, and you pick the best answer. What became of Kuzmanov? The first possible answer is he died because of a suspicious accidental fall down a flight of stairs in Madrid, Spain. You got to watch those stairs. He died because of a suspicious accidental fall down a flight of stairs in Madrid. Or is it answer B? He was killed in a hail of bullets in February 2024. He was killed in a hail of bullets in February of 2024? Or is it answer C? He assumed a new identity and is believed to be living in a villa on the island of Mallorca. He assumed a new identity and is believed to be living in a villa on the island of Mallorca. That's answer C. And answer D, Delta, is he reportedly was given asylum and is living in Montana. That's your fourth alternative. He reportedly was given asylum and is living in Montana. All right, let's go ahead and get started with Don, as is our customary procedure. And if you'd bring Don in there, Bob, I would appreciate that. K1BOB, go ahead and get K0ZNC, W5OG.
Will do. K1BOB and simulcasting in Don. Don, you're up. Good morning again.
Good morning, everyone. K0ZNC Don, and around North Colorado, the North Flare. Got a really nice day here today. It's on the cool side, but it's pleasant outside. The only problem is there's no moisture in the forecast, and as usual, we really need the moisture. But I think it's currently about 58 degrees outside, and the high today is only going to be 69. So, and they're giving us pre-warnings like freezing weather this coming week. Not just frost weather, but hard freeze, I think is what they're saying. Also, we usually have snow on October 7th. I think that's the average snow, first snow day in this area. And of course, in the mountains, it's sooner than that. In fact, in the mountains, we've already had 20 inches, 0 inches of snow down in the San Juan Mountains, Wolf Creek Pass. For those of you that know Colorado. And close by Winter Park ski area, and let's see, Looking Pass ski area. I think even at Vail and Copper Mountain, they had snow anywhere from 3 to, I think it was 5 inches. So not too bad for the first heavy snow of the year. Gosh, over to the question. Absolutely no idea. So I'm going to say I was going to shout it out, but I think I'm going to go to Bravo. You put me down for Roger Bravo. Whatever it was, I'm sure that if he's still alive, he's lucky. Mr. KGB after he emailed that he's here in the U.S. Maybe. Don't know. All right, with that, we'll turn it back to you, Dale. Thank you for picking up our reach out, Carolyn. Hi, Floyd. And Bob, thank you for doing the simulcast. Appreciate it. Over to you, W5OG via K1BOB. This is K0ZNC.
K1BOB, back to that.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Yeah, solid copy, Don. Very good. Got your answer as Bravo, and yeah, all okay on your weather forecast. Yeah, we could use a little cooler weather. It's still warm. We're going to be in the upper 80s again today, and it doesn't. Well, anyway, it's cool nights though, so it's warm days, cool nights. Pretty nice time of the year here. All right, let's move along. We'll go to Uncle Cliff, W5PIX in the Mobile. I hope I can hear you, Cliff. Go ahead, W5OG.
W5OG, W5PIX Mobile. I hope you can hear me. We're trying to avoid a traffic accident in Elmont, Texas. So, anyways, I'm going to go with that living.
What was the last statement there? Go ahead, Cliff. Say it again. Give me your answer again. Anybody copy his answer?
Yeah, Delta.
Oh, the Montana answer. Yeah, that's what you were saying. Okay, yeah, we got you, Cliff. And, yeah, not real strong, but they're in Elmont, Indian Mobile. So, mighty fine. Glad you could check in with us anyway. All right, let's go to break with you, and let's go to Lee. W4PO needs to be a short timer. Good morning, Lee. You're up. W5OG.
W5OG, W4PO. Good morning again, Dale. And I'm going to have to go to the streaming K4YDB in order to get the question. And I'm looking at the answers here, and well, I never heard about this guy, so I'm going to just Charlie out. I hope Charlie has some relevance, but that's going to be my answer today. And I'm going to sit and listen here for about 15, 20 minutes, then I got to get to go. So thank you, Dale. W5OT, W4PO, 73.
All right, Lee, 73. Thanks for joining us anyway for a short time there this morning. And yeah, I'll try and get the answer to you in 15 or 20 minutes if you can make it. All right, let's go to a visitor. Let me see, W5 Oscar Tango. Nice call. I like that. That would be I like my call on CW too. It's yeah, I can pick it up easily. Yeah, but yours would be really good. So W5OT in Tucson, Arizona. It says you're up for the net. W5OG.
Alpha India 6 Juliet, WW5ENZ. Howard, you're up for the net relay for net control, WW5ENZ.
Well, perhaps he had to be a real short timer. Are you there, W5OT, Whiskey 5 Oscar Golf? Oh, it says, I see. It says on the AIM one, it says, check me out, please. Just caught the net scanning through, but need to run. Okay, well, anyway, we'll see. We'll wave a hand to him as he leaves, I guess. All right, let's see. Maybe another visitor here. Let me see if Dave is still with us. How about W9 X-Ray Tango Zulu? W9XTZ, are you there, David? At W5OG, you're up for the net. Well, I don't hear him either. Anybody hear that station?
W9er X-Ray Tango Zulu. David, if you're there, take your turn. Over. Right. He must have left, Dale.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. I know, yeah, you are the one that brought him in, and you were copying him well. All right, let's go to, let's see, I skipped over somebody there, and I can't, what happened to, KF0OPE, well, you guys are switching them around on me. All right, Mike, you go ahead and take your turn. WW5ENZ, you're up, Mike. Good morning, Chief. W5OG.
Okay, I guess we flipped mics here. Okay, I'm good. This is WW5ENZ, yeah, and you got me with this couple question here. Okay. It's funny, there's a lot of things twisted in the answers here, you know, at different cities and different times and days. Geez, Dale, this probably was kind of fun to put together. Anyway, I kind of looked at everything and I'm going, yeah, a lot of them look plausible, but I think what really happened was B. I don't know if it was a hail of bullets, but I think he was killed. Anyway, I'm going to say B. WW5ENZ. Other than that, it's a great day here and having a lot of fun with the net today for sure. WW5ENZ. Turning it back to you, Dale. W5OG.
Okay, my fault, gentlemen. It was a perfect double, and I copied both of you. One in the SDR through the right ear, and the other one on my speaker in the left ear. Got that. I think both of you said Bravo. I'm not sure. WW5ENZ, was your answer Bravo, Mike?
Roger. Oh, I didn't know. I doubled with the other mic. Anyway, yeah, mine was Bravo. And he probably picked Bravo too, because we're pretty smart guys. WW5ENZ, back to net.
Okay. You know, I can shorten the duration of the net this way. I can just work two stations at the same time. So, all right, Mike, and I apologize. That was strictly my fault there. I got confused on who was up next, and anyway, it all worked out well. All right, let's go to another visitor. Alpha India 6, Juliet. Howard, you're up for the Air Force and Flyers Club. Good morning to you. Over.
Comment.
Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I think Mike OPE said Delta, and then second Mike Yancey right after said Delta. So it was Bravo and Delta from OPE, and then ENZ, I believe. You might want to check with OPE.
He said we're going to step away. KF0 OPE, are you there, Mike? You said Bravo, didn't you? You thought it was a hail of bullets, over?
Yeah, Bravo for K4 OPE.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was B. I thought I heard you correctly there. Anyway, thank you, Bob. Let's see if Howard is there. AI6J, you're up for the net. W5OG. Well, perhaps he had to leave also. I heard him before. Well, we'll mark him down as not responding. Let's move along to Russell. K8 Abel Fox. Good morning, Russ. You're up. W5OG.
W5OG, K8AF. Good morning to everybody. I had to turn the speaker off. That is bleeding through a little bit. But anyway, I hope everyone's having a good day. It's beautiful in central Washington. It's sunny skies. A little chilly frost on the car windows this morning. But it's going to get up to probably about 60 today. So I have no idea. So I'm going to guess Delta. He's living in Montana and raising rabbits or whatever. So hopefully he's still alive. But that's my guess. Hope everyone's having a good day, and seems like it's fairly decent propagation. Turn it back to you, Dale. W5OG K8AF.
Okay, Russ. Raising rabbits in Montana. All righty. We'll move along. Let's go. You got a big signal, by the way. Very good. You're at S9 with me. Good, solid copy. And glad you're having nice weather there in central Washington. John, W6LJS, good morning again, and you're up, W5OG.
Okay, thank you, Dale. W5OG in the net. This is WA6LJS. Very good morning to everybody. Good conditions. So far, I'm hearing everybody locally not needing the SDRs, even though I do have them on. Let's see, it's a nice day out here, 57 degrees, clear sky. There's some real thin, wispy clouds up there, but plenty of sun. So it's currently 57, and I think it's going to get up into the high 70s, low 80s today. Let's see, answer to your question. Well, it's got to be either A or B. I know the Russians, how they take care of their enemies or their dissidents. They get rid of them. So either he was pushed down a flight of stairs or he was killed by a hail of bullets. So I'm going to go with Bravo, the hail of bullets, because that seems to be where the lemming line is. So I'll just join that, Dale. So anyway, thanks for running things, and I'll be here to the bottom. W5OG, WA6LJS.
Okay, John, you had to turn the volume down for you. You're strong this morning. All right, let's go to Lee, N5BE, and as always, thanks for the help, Lee. You're up, W5OG. You should know about this being a helicopter guy. A helicopter is a dangerous profession, over.
W5OG, N5BE, yeah, they can be. So, yeah, you get two distinct camps there with fixed wing guys and rotor wing guys sometimes, and sometimes the two just don't meet up very well. I always enjoyed helicopters, though. I got some of my best times in aviation in helicopters. So, and it took me all around the world too. some terrific adventures. But I will say this, all you fixed-wing guys out there, you live in lot better conditions than where the helicopters go. The places I went with the helicopters, you didn't want to stay there very long. Boy, oh boy. All right, on to the question. I like this question. So well done, Dale, because there are elements of truth in some of those answers. So you gotta be picky. You gotta get the most right one, I believe, on this one. So, but I do know a guy who defected from Russia and from the Soviet Union and ended up in Montana, Victor Belenko. And Victor and I were part of a team that would go and brief NATO countries on things aviation. We had a team, and Victor was one of those guys. Very funny and interesting guy. As he used to say, if you don't know me, ask the KGB. So that was his opening line. I'm going with Bravo. I think Bravo is the most correct, but like I said, there's elements of truth in some of the others. So well done, Dale. W5OG N5B.
Okay, Lee. Very good. Yeah, I remember you talking about Victor Belenko before, and that you had been on the, I guess the speaking tour with him. That's great. I never got to hear one of his talks, but I understand they were quite interesting. All right, let's go to Tom, K4YES. Good morning, Tom. You're up, W5OG. Like you had a problem with your transmitter, I believe, there, Tom. Wow, that's some staggering, eye-opening numbers. Well, I hope everybody heard that. If you'd like a repeat, just let me know. Very interesting there, Tom, and appreciate that. Yeah, I guess, I don't know what happened, but you cut out there in the middle, but you got it right back, so that's good. All right, we'll break with you, and let's go up to Bill, W2WLD. You're up, Bill, W5OG.
Thank you, Dale. Good morning, all. Well, most of you know I've been recovering from a flu. Came down with the first symptoms on Saturday. And my wife started coughing yesterday, and we're scheduled to babysit on Friday night. So I thought maybe I better self-test for COVID. And guess what? Came up positive. So already talked to the doctor, and we're just going to let it run its course. But we got out of babysitting. I do feel bad about that. Let's see. As far as your question, as I don't know. I did not hear or read about this. But Alpha, the problem I have with that is it says suspicious accidental fall down a flight of stairs. Implying, or at least I'm inferring, that it was done because of his defection by the Russians. But I would think they would want to do something more obvious to make an example out of him. So I don't think that's a likely way that he might have died. Charlie is still a new identification and is believed to be living in a villa on the island of Mallorca. I've been to Mallorca several times. A great holiday place. But I would think that if this were a clandestine operation that gave him a new ID, that we wouldn't know. No one would know where he is. So I don't think C is very likely. And Delta, given asylum and living in Montana, that reads like right out of Red October. I think the exec, that was his wish to live in Montana. I think that one was made up by somebody. Anyway, so I'm left with Bravo, killed in a hail of bullets. W5OG, W2WLD.
I'm rolling on the floor laughing, Bill. All right, good analysis. We'll talk about it some more here shortly, but got your answer, and thank you for that. And sorry about the COVID mess. It seems like that's it's the gift that just keeps on giving. Oh my goodness, there's so many problems with that. I thought maybe one of those statistics that Tom was giving us was going to be a COVID-related statistic, but no such luck. Anyway, over to you there, Bob. Good morning again. Thanks for your help. K1BOB, W5OG.
Okay, K1BOB, thanks for running the net, Dale. Very good net. Enjoying the question here. Sorry for the interruption on Mike's answer. I could have sworn he said Delta. But D's sound like B's, don't they? I shouldn't have said anything. Sorry about that. Let's see. Thank you, Leon, for doing the net logger, and Mike for doing it prior, and Charlie for running YouTube. Very good. Nice to have these right next to me. I can look at them. Well, I'm kind of agreeing, I think. I noticed you had 3 answers that are locations, and 1 answer is a means of death. I know the KGP was good at that. They would use bullets, the silence gun, and actually in undescript vehicles in different countries. Of course, they had their handguns, but they also carried a long gun that they could shoot at some distance out of their car. Let's see. Suspicious accidental fall down a flight of stairs. Yeah, I don't think so. I know a lot of Ukrainians did like to go to Spain, though, and I've been to Spain a number of times and enjoyed it there. And even got out to one of your last answers there, Mallorca. That's nice. We always thought when we scrambled during the war and dropped real bombs on Russia, we would not be able to make it back to Upper Hayford. It would have been bombed out. And unfortunately. So our plan was to land in Mallorca. That was one of the places we'd go to, or way up north in Sweden or one of those places. So I don't believe it's that. I don't believe it's Montana. I want to marry a plump girl in Montana. Isn't that what the exec said to Sean Connery? I love that movie. We had the other day on one of my questions, I think, or someone. I think I'm going to go with Bravo. Yeah, they wanted to send a message, and they can track you down just about anywhere. They have amazing names, and if anybody knows it's Putin. So he wasn't about to let that go by unless he could get him in a commercial jet and kill everybody with a surface-to-air missile, unfortunately. So put me down for Bravo. Thanks, Dale, for running the net. Enjoyed your question. K4YDB, back to net.
Okay, Bob. Mighty fine. We'll talk about this some more here shortly, and I got your answer there. Thank you. W5ABI, Joe, you're up. W5OG.
Now, W5OG and the Flyers, W5ABI. Good morning, Dale. Beautiful morning here in Las Cruces. It's about 60 degrees, supposed to go up to 92. We're still waiting for summer to go away. Hi. Anyhow, clear blue sky, no wind, and we'll take it. I got one comment for James when he's up here at the end. I need to know when he's going to be down in this area because I'm going to order that KIO beam and I want to make sure it's here before he shows up. So anyhow, other than that, I'm going to go without answer Bravo also. The KGB does have a way of finding you probably everywhere you go. So anyhow, we'll be here at the bottom. W5OG, W5ABI.
All right, Joe, mighty fine. And yeah, good luck with the new antenna project there. All right, let's move along. We'll go to Ray, WB2JJO. How are things in New Jersey? Ray, W5OG.
W5OG from WB2JJO. Well, good morning to you, Dale, and good morning to all the Flyers. I'll tell you what, we have a gorgeous day here to stay in New Jersey. We have sunny. It's about 70 degrees. It's really nice out there. So it's a good day to do just about anything. And okay, on the KIO beam there, I guess gonna get there. I have one ready to go up. As a matter of fact, the weekend of November, November 1 and 2 there, I have the machine, what do you call it, ready, it's ordered, and they're supposed to bring it over, and I'm going to put my K4 KIO beam up that weekend. Come hell or high water, I don't care if it's raining, or I don't care if it's snowing, I don't care if it's absolutely snowing up. So hopefully I'll have a better signal on the net. As far as the questions, notice Dale, boy, I tell you what, I'm having a fun time with this one here. Seems like the living line is B, so I'm going to go with Bravo, but I'll tell you what, I've never been to the island of Mallorca. Well, I'll tell you what there, Dale, what do you call it? If Orange is in there, I'm going to move to Mallorca. I looked at it on the computer, and it's a beautiful place from what I understand. So anyway, you're probably laughing on what you call all over Florida. So anyway, my answer is going to be Bravo for today. And I have to agree with some of the other guys. The KGB will find you no matter where you go. So that's my story. So back over to you there, Dale. By the way, you're holding a good signal here. You're holding a good 5.6 or 5.7 on the electric radio. So back to you, Dale. W5OG, WB2JJL.
All right, Ray. I'm convinced that, hold on. Yeah, I'm pretty well convinced that if I turn the antenna toward you, that would come up significantly, but I'll leave it out to the west, and I cover more folks that way, I suppose. But anyway, you have a good signal on both here locally and on the Utah SDR that I'm using fundamentally. Mighty fine. Got your answer, and yeah, okay on the antenna. I guess everybody's moving to X beams here, and I think that's a good thing. They do give you a pretty good gain, and it's easy to put up. All right, we'll move along. Let's go to Charlie, K4YDB. Good morning, Charlie, and thanks for the live stream as always. Appreciate what you do. W5OG.
W5OG, K4YDB. Well, good morning, Dale. Morning to all the flyers and visitors out there. Dale, it's good net so far, man. That question is really, really, it's funny, actually. Sitting over everybody over just cracking me up over here anyway, right now it's currently, well, that didn't work. About 75 degrees here in my month of, oh, there's John. It's about 68 degrees here. It's supposed to get into the low 80s again today. It is beautiful outside, but like most, I do need some rain here. We haven't any rain at all, and nothing substantial this month whatsoever. But yesterday my trip was long, but I got to the doctor's office in plenty of time and got my stuff all taken care of. That trip was only 30 miles from here, is the way, but it took me 5 hours round trip to get that taken care of, and I'm supposed to go back again next week. But that one's at 2 o'clock as opposed to 2:45. I think was the latest appointment I could get. So the debt should be over by then. And that one I'm going to try to see if I can find somebody local that'll take care of it. But right now I have to go back to those guys because my other doctor I had here, they don't take my insurance anymore, so I got to go someplace else. It is what it is. But as far as the question goes, I think I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the lemmings here. Put me down for Bravo. I'll just stick around and see what happens here. W5OG, K4YDB, I'm back to net.
Hey, Charlie. Mighty fine, and yeah, well, we can't expect you to do this for, every single day. That would be asking a whole lot, and we don't want to do that for sure. So we understand if you need a day off or whatever, I'm sorry that you have to do those doctor trips, but I understand that it's part of getting older, I guess. We're all going through that. All right, let's go ahead and try Steve, K6 Papa X-ray. I heard you good before, Steve. You're up for the net. Good morning, W5OG. Okay, Steve. Yeah, solid copy. I don't know what you've done, but your signal is very nice this morning. Good to hear you. Yeah, it's always a pleasure. Yeah, Diego Garcia, another nice island to land on. All right, let's go to Professor Bob at X6RG. Good morning, Bob. You're up, W5OG. All right, Bob. Well, 7-3 to you. Have a good day. And got your answer as Bravo. Yeah, I had not heard about this either until I discovered it. And I thought maybe we could work it into a question. Let's go to Mike, KQ6E. Good morning, Mike. You're up, W5OG.
lesson to anybody else. And I'm pretty sure I remember it was about 6 months ago, I think, that they did this guy in with the hail bullets. So that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go with B and see where I fall. So anyway, good to hear everybody this morning, and pretty good signal. So hearing most everybody, which is great. K5OG in the group, KQ68.
All right, Mike, mighty fine. Yeah, good comments. And yeah, it sounds like you're having nice weather, just like we are here. Very, very nice. Anyway, let's go to James, KG5PTE in Belton. Good morning, James. You're up, W5OG.
Hey, good morning, Dale. W5OG, KG5PT. Well, if I sound a little under the weather, I certainly am. And Cliff and I just got through talking on 2 meters. He came through, he's coming through my area right now, believe it. I think he's coming into Temple right now, coming southbound. He talked about a bus that burned down just up there by the road ranger there in Waco, not too far from the RV place where you and Miss Carolyn stayed at when you came to Banner earlier this year. And that bus was really engulfed in flames. They're lucky that 20 people got out of there alive. That was horrible. Glad that they made it out of there, but I'm looking at the pictures on the news. You go to KWTX.com, which is the Waco TV station. It's right there on the front of the website there. So I'm glad those people got out of that bus. Anyway, for the answer, I'll go with Bravo. Bravo is my answer. And thanks for running the net, Dale. W5OG, KG5.
All right, James. Yeah, I had not heard about that accident, but you know, it's amazing how vehicles burn. You know, you'd never think that they would, but they do, and you see them occasionally along the sides of the road. Just a ball of fire there. And yeah, I'm glad that the 20 folks who were on the bus escaped, that's for sure. All right, let's move along to my younger brother, Brian. WB5DRI, good morning, Brian. Love to you and Susie there. W5OG.
W5OG, WB5DRI. Well, good morning, Dale, and love to you and Carolyn there, and good morning to all the flyers and to the net. I didn't think I was going to make it back in time this morning, but got through with my appointment this morning and got back a little bit earlier than I expected. So good to be on here this morning with everybody. Pretty good conditions on the band. Dale, you're S9 plus with me here in San Antonio this morning. So we've got the short skip going on, and seems to be very good conditions on 20 meters here. But anyway, I did remember hearing about this incident from your question there. I looked up the question on Charlie's live stream there. Thank you for that, Charlie, on your YouTube live stream, K4YDB. And I remember reading about this, and I'm going to go with Bravo for the answer there, Dale. And I think we're going to be another warm day, warmer than usual day for this time of the year for us down here in San Antonio. Close to 90, but about 88, I think, for the high is what the weatherman is calling for. And looks like our Spurs will be starting their season off tonight. And then we've got the World Series tomorrow night. A lot of good sporting events for all of us, I guess, this time of the year. Anyway, thanks for getting me in there this morning, Dale, and everybody have a great day out there. I think I'm just going to be one and done, but I will listen for the answer since we're close to the bottom here. Or I think we're right at the bottom almost. Anyway, back to you, Dale, W5OG, WB5DRI. Back to that. Good morning, everybody. 73s.
All right, Brian, we'll check you in and out and answer Bravo there. Well, all the best to you. Yeah, it is warmer than normal for this time of the year. But, you know, I can remember years past where we almost, always would see a nice Indian summer right up to Halloween. Usually that's the point where you have the first kind of cold spell where you can really tell that fall is here. And we haven't had that. Well, we had a few cool nights, but in fact, even last night was down in the low 60s, which is, pleasantly cool. You still don't need much of a jacket, maybe a light sweater. Anyway, Mighty Fine Brian, 7-3 to you. Have a great day. All right, that's the bottom of the list. I just want to mention again Norm there at November 9 Kilo Juliet November. That's just listening with us. Glad you could join us, Norm, and come back, and we're on here every day. And let's go ahead and get to the question right quick, and then we'll take a standby for additional check-ins before we start the 73 round. All right. I hate to make light of this particular incident, and I didn't really mean to do that, but I thought it was an interesting, something that people need to know about, I suppose. That these things are happening around us, and we might be overlooking them. I don't know. But anyway, the question today has to do with an actual incident. This Maxine cruise went off. A Russian helicopter pilot defected to Ukraine in August of 23. And, the first thing that struck me with this is you wonder why more of them are not doing this. But anyway, he flew his Mi-8 helicopter into Ukraine from the front lines and surrendered to authorities. He was reportedly offered a $500,000 reward. And I suppose they have a lot of those $500,000 rewards sitting around there, thanks to the benevolence of the United States and the taxpayers that are willing to support that war. That's just an editorial comment. Anyway, he was offered a $500,000 reward and new documents in exchange for defecting, and he did. A strange thing, he decided to do this for the moment, I suppose. Well, no, I'm sure he planned it in advance, but the crew members on his helicopter that particular day did not know what he had in mind, and he didn't bother to tell them. And all of a sudden, they find themselves in Ukraine and not wanting to defect, so they started hightailing it for their lives, and they were all killed. So they could not even surrender, apparently. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't give me the details on what happened to the crew. And like I say, this was an unfortunate incident because the answers that I gave that you could pick the most correct one was that he died. He died because of a suspicious accidental fall down a flight of stairs. No, that was another guy. It was also mentioned. And like I say, I hate to make light of this, but it is kind of sad, and I guess I don't know. We make comedy out of horror sometimes, and it's not a good thing, but it really happened. And the answer, Charlie, was that he assumed a new identification and is believed to be living in a villa on the island of Majorca. And that's what he wanted to do. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And the other thing that he wanted to do was to be given asylum and to be raising rabbits in Montana. And that I had to laugh because I'm sure that I was, I suppose the incident in the hunt for Red October came to mind. And that too was an interesting tragedy. And of course, that's really kind of what happened to Victor Bolenko. He was successful in that. Anyway, answer B was the correct answer. He was killed in a hail of bullets. He was walking in his garage parking area in Spain, and they found his body riddled with bullets. And anyway, unfortunate as it might have seemed, he did not fare well as a result of that decision to defect. Those guys are in a mess, and these statistics. It's interesting that Tom came up with those statistics, and sometimes we need to look at those. He mentioned the 58,220 U.S. military that was killed in Vietnam. That was, 10 years of war, or 8 years anyway, I guess, from the earliest days till the latest days. And we lost 58,000, which we thought was a tragedy. It is. It's terrible. Especially considering that it was well, I don't know. I'm not going to make any comments about that, but having participated in the Vietnam War, I know that it was it was a terrible thing for both sides. But war is always a tragedy, and should be always the last resort. The other statistic that is mind-boggling is the fact that Russia, just in the U.S., Russia, the country of Russia, has actually lost over 600,000 people in this war in the Ukraine. Unbelievable. That's 10 times what we lost in Vietnam. You'd think that the people would say enough. That's not even, counting the losses from the Ukraine. Those people have been devastated. Their cities are in ruins. They may never get their country back. And the last, I guess, editorial comment that I'll make, and I'm not going to go into politics, but I am convinced that war would never have happened had Trump been elected president. And you could, the differing opinions, you may think differently, but that's my opinion. And I'm sorry, you'll never pry it from my cold, dead hands. All right, let's start a quick standby. Well, let me take a quick standby. Any other folks that would like to join us this morning? Last call for check-ins. Air Force's Flyers Club Net members or visitors, call now. KG5WKO. Do I have that correct?
We certainly do, and I'm an Air Force brat. My dad was in the Air Force almost my entire life. Over.
Well, you're talking to an Air Force brat as well, and I was in it all my life, and then 27 years myself. So mighty fine. And what was your name?
Okay, my name is Richard. Robert, I don't know how well you're speaking. You're 5'9". Just hanging my meter out here in Santa Teresa, New Mexico. Over.
Okay, we got the tuner upper there. This is the international tune-up frequency, probably the folks, well, I don't know, it's a little early yet. But anyway, yeah, Richard, glad that you could join us from Santa Teresa, New Mexico. Good signal. You're about 5 and 8 with me, Richard. Anything else on that before we start our 73 round? Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to see if I could actually connect to someone this morning. Not very good at my journey, surprisingly, but no, I think so in the end, I was going to say, and I hope they come free.
All right, 7-3. The annoying tuner upper that's very strong with me there. The frequency is in use, by the way. All right, Don is still in there. Let's go ahead and start the 73 round. Bob, K4YDB, you want to bring in the K0ZNC for the 73 round. W5OG.
Wilco, Dale. And Don, you're up for the 73 round. Josh Darn, you led off with the right answer. Well done.
And the question I'm still listening and don't have much else to add, so we'll say 73. I think tomorrow should be really special. Fortunately, I thought I could let it down. So anyway, with that, we'll turn it back to you. W5OG, K1BOB, K8301. Have a great day.
K1BOB, back to now.
Okay, mighty fine, Don, and thank you, Bob, for that. Yeah, perfect copy, and good always to have you on, Don. And have a great day. W5PIX in the Mobile Clip, if you're still with us, you're up for the 73 round, W5OG.
Going down Highway 95 to get over there where we got to go in Hutto. So, get your over on that link here just
right, Cliff. You were right at the noise, even in the SDR there, but I did hear you, and I could certainly tell that you were there and got most of that. Let's go to Chief Mike. Thanks for the help today, Mike. As always, WW5ENZ, W5OG.
Okay, W5OG, WW5ENZ. Yeah, it's fun, Ned, and yeah, it was a great question. The numbers that we got from Tommy are amazing. When you sit back and look at them, since I posted that it was pretty hard getting to the vote in Texas there. My Facebook account's blown up. A lot of people are calling in, said, took me 2 hours, took me 3 hours, or I went to a little bitty town outside, whatever. It was kind of funny. So I guess everybody's getting out there and voting. Hopefully that's a great thing, and I know it will be. The more I read, the more I know I think all will be okay, but we'll see. Anyway, everybody take care. I'm going to say 73s, and we'll try and, not try. I'm going to catch up with you tomorrow. I just sent the question up to see if, we'll get it posted. I'll get it out there to K4YDB, and we'll have a question tomorrow, too. All right. Everybody take care. 73s, and we'll catch you later. WW5ENZ, back to you now.
All right, Chief, thank you, and mighty fine. We'll look forward to your question tomorrow there. The other mic, we shouldn't have two mics in a row, but anyway, I kind of messed that up before. I do apologize, but it worked out well. And I have a new theory now in shortening the net. We can just do two at a time. No. KF0OP, go ahead, Mike, you're up, W5OG.
Oh, hello again, Dale. Yeah, it worked out perfect. I was able to run my errand and make it back for the answering of the question. So, good stuff, good net. 7-3s, everybody. Maybe catch on Echo Link or tomorrow on the net. K4OPE, back to W5OG.
Mighty fine, Mike. All right, let's move along. Russ, K8AF with a very nice signal there from Washington. 7-3 round, Russ, W5OG.
Yeah, 7-3, everybody. Turn my amp off, so hopefully you're still catching me. I got the hook team up, so you're doing a good job. Hope everyone has a good day. Thank you.
Yeah, you're about a S6 with no amp, but you're right at the 9 mark there on the Utah SDR, so mighty fine. All right, John, WA6LJS, 7-3, John, W5OG.
Okay, thanks, Dale. W5OG, WA6LJS. Well, good conditions today. I don't even need the SDRs. The only one that I was having a little difficult hearing was Tom, K4YES. He was down in the noise, but everybody else is doing quite nicely in the local receiver. And even interesting, K216 Mike, usually him and I never hear each other, but today I heard him quite nicely. He was about an S8 locally here, so very interesting conditions. Anyway, good net, Dale, good question. 73, and I'll be over to Echo Link for a minute or two. W5OG, WA6LJS.
All right, John, mighty fine. We'll see you on Echo Link there. Lee, N5BE. Thanks for the help, Lee. Again, you're up, W5OG. Any other comments?
W5OG, N5BE. This whole thing reminded me of something that was long buried in my brain. We did a brainstorming thing on how you could attack an air base, didn't matter who owned it, and render aircraft on that base incapacitated, but do it in a subtle manner. No explosions, no shooting, and so we came up, we all brainstormed this, and what we came up with was Russian Spetsnaz units dressed as American airmen, or Dutch airmen, or Canadian airmen, and getting on the base and pretending they were ground crew and wiping down the canopies, getting all that morning dew off the canopies, and except that their rags they were using was covered in methyl ethyl ketone and rendering the canopies opaque. So that was that's what we came up with. And the other thing we came up with is, please take your signs down advertising your units. You don't need a sign that says the 925th Mexican Repair Squadron, the finest Mexican repair squadron in the world. Take that stuff down. Anyway, you reminded me of all of that for some reason. W5OG M5B 73.
Okay, Lee. Oh my goodness. Very interesting. Yeah, I know that we do a lot of that, sitting around brainstorming and coming up with various scenarios. Anyway, I don't think I'm not going to make any more comments about that. 7-3, Lee. We'll see you later. Tommy, K4YDB. Good statistics here. Tom enjoyed that. You're up for the 73 round, W5OG. Okay, Tommy, thank you, and God bless you as well. Let's go to Bill, W2WLD, 7-3 round, Bill, W5OG.
Okay, Dale, very sorry. I don't know if you can hear me or anything, but I never made it to Diego Garcia. I did have to serve an arduous 6-month deployment to Bermuda. But it never crossed my mind when I was landing there that it was like an aircraft carrier. So I'll try to stay preserve, protect, defend, and play tennis. W5OG, W2WLD.
Yeah, Bill, I have not been to Diego Garcia either. That would be a bit unusual for a C-141 guy, because a lot of them went there. From time to time, in support roles, of course. And in fact, in my 141 years, I went as far. Let's see. Let me make sure I get this right. As far east as Karachi, as far west at that time, probably Bangkok. Maybe I think I got to Singapore one time. But I had to retire and go to work for UPS to get that other part of the globe filled in there. Had many circumnavigating the globe trips with UPS. So, interesting. All right, Bob, K1BLB, 7-3 round, Bob, W5OG.
Okay, K1BLB here. Thanks, Dale. Interesting question there. I wonder how well an American fighter pilot would be treated if he defected to Russian. They'd probably get everything they wanted to know and go make them bye-bye. Anyway, very good. Hunter Red October. I love that scene there. And nothing worked out for those guys. But at least they didn't all get killed. They came close, though. K1BLB, back to you, Dale. Nice night. Hey, I won't be around. I've got to head out of here very shortly. Go take a shower and head down to Boise. Pick up the crew there. At Boise Airport, so we'll see you later, and I won't be on Echo Link, Dale. K1BLB. Thank you.
All right, Bob, no worries, and we'll see you later on. See you tomorrow, and give our best to Lynn there. All right, Joe, W5ABI, 7-3 round, Joe, W5OG.
Yeah, W5OG and the Flyers, W5ABI. Good match, Dale. Good question. Anyhow, I heard about that, so I knew the answer. Anyhow, I didn't know it was a KGB, but I'm sure it was. Anyhow, good match. 73's all the Flyers. Thanks for running it. And thanks, Leon, for running NetLogger. W5OG, W5ABI.
All right. Fine there, Ray. I'm sorry, Joe. I was looking at the next one up. Joe, have a good day. All right, Ray, WB2JJO, 7-3 round, Ray, W5OG.
W5OG. WBCJ, Dale. Well, I'll tell you what, Dale, I really enjoyed that question. And if Bill, WCWOB is still listening, I heard him on the electric radio, which is very, very strange on 20 meters. But he's up in New York, and I'm down here in New Jersey. I very rarely ever hear him, direct. But I did hear him direct today. But the Utah SDR, what do you call, helps out. Dale, that was a fantastic question. It took a lot to put it together. Boy, I tell you what, that place in Mallorca sounds a real good place to hang out at. So with that, dear sir, thank you for that. We'll talk to you all later. W5OG from WCCJ. God bless.
Okay, Ray. Yeah, I don't know how I came up with that scenario, but it just popped into my mind. Anyway, I was putting myself in the position of that Russian defector. All right, Charlie, K4YDB, 73, Charlie, W5OG.
W5OG, K4YDB. Well, good net today, Dale. I really did enjoy it. Had a good turnout over here, too. So, anyway, 73s, everybody. I got a lot of laundry I got to get out and put it in the dryer and put the next load in. And I already got the dog a bath, so I got all that stuff done this morning, but I got a long way to go. 73s, everybody. It's K4YDB. Back to net.
All right, Charlie. Thanks for doing that live stream again. Steve, if you're still there, Steve, the K6 Papa X-Ray 73 W5OG. Now, 7-3, Steve, it's always interesting to me, the place, the UK at one time, of course, the British Empire, there was a period, several years that the sun never set on the British Empire. So, and it's amazing where they, I guess, still exist, in perpetuity, perhaps. And I've been to a lot of those kind of islands where you see the island and you say, when you're way off, it's still maybe 90, 80 miles, 70 miles, you start picking them up, in the distance, and you say, where's the runway? That island's too small for a runway. Usually it gets big enough and there's a runway there someplace. Anyway, 7-3, Steve, always a pleasure. Mike, KQ6, and Bob signed out. Yeah, let's go to Mike. KQ6E, 7-3 round, Mike, W5OG. All right, fine, Mike. And I heard Steve give you a report there. You're 5'9" in San Diego. I've noticed that when we're at the peak of the sunspot cycle, like we are now, and you get all those excited electrons out there, it seems like the skip, of course, is great, and you can work stations all the way across the globe. But you can also hear much better the stations close by. And I don't know what paths those are or how it works, but oftentimes we get, because I know I don't, typically I don't hear Brian down in San Antonio, but he was 5.9 plus this morning. So interesting conditions. All right, let's see if James is still there. And I did hear you locally also, James, just a bit. Better on the SCR. KG5PTE, 73, James, W5OG.
Well, W5OG, KG5PT, well, all this propagation stuff goes back to what Bob, NH6RG, told us about a year ago. The ARRL book that I've got in my left hand here that says here to there radio wave propagation. Everything that we're discussing is in this book, and it's once you start reading it, you can't put it down. At least I couldn't put it down. So it kind of describes what's going on here with Mike here, KC6E being able to hear John in California. You know, it kind of describes what's going on. But anyway, for Steve, K6PX. I would invite you, Steve, if you're listening, to get on YouTube and watch this Critical Path video on YouTube. The company's called Critical Path. Launch of U.S. Navy fighter jets using aircraft catapults from the deck of the USS Franklin. Man, you talk about an amazing job that these crewmen have to do. And they have to crawl on their back to hook up the bridle to the FA Crusader. Wow, amazing. But it's on YouTube. It's called Launch of U.S. Navy Fighters Using the Aircraft Catapult from the Deck of the USS Franklin. And I would invite people to watch that, what those enlisted guys had to do, and those officers on the deck to launch all those aircraft. So thanks for running the net, Dale, in 7.3s, and I'll catch you on Echolink. W5OG, KG5PT.
All righty, James. Yeah, very interesting. All right, I've got a couple of guests. Let me see if they're still around. Oh, no, M9KJN is receive only. And glad you could join us there, Norm, and come back when you can. And Richard, KG5WKO, if you're still there from New Mexico, you're up for our 73 round, Richard, W5OG. All right, I guess he's moved on. All right, any last-minute comments or last late check-ins? Call now, W5OG. Okay, hearing none, we'll go ahead and close the net in time for the Alaska Pacific net to start up here in about 10 minutes. This has been the Thursday edition of the Air Force's Flyers Club Net, your net control W5OG, now closing the net, returning the frequency to normal amateur use. Those that would like to join us, come over on Echolink there. W5OG clear.
KG5PTE, W5ABI. You still on frequency, James?